Welcome back to 5 Minute Fantasy Football. We're going to cover the tiered rankings for the fantasy football tight ends in 2024. But before we get into the tight ends, make sure you go to Underdog Fantasy and use promo code FFSGPN, and they'll double your first deposit. So let's look at the tight end group. But before we get into the 2024 season, let's look at 2023 and see what we can learn to help us rank or predict for 2024. Three key performance indicators that I've noticed for tight end position if you're looking for a path to a tight end one finish. Of course, availability is there, but that's off the list. Target share. When you look at the tight end, is this somebody that is going to be number one, number two, number three, or number four on the team as far as targets? That's without injury. So, of course, if injuries happen, some things will happen. In Evan Ingram's rookie year, that happens. But last year, Sam LaPorta finished number one. He was third in target share. He was fourth in air yards, and he was fourth in red zone targets. Evan Ingram, target share, first. Air yards, sixth. Red zone targets, 16th. Travis Kelce, fifth in target share. Fifth in air yards, second in red zone targets. TJ Hawkinson, second in target share, second in air yards, 11th in red zone targets. So again, you're looking at those things where it's red zone targets, air yards, and target share. So a guy like Dalton Kincaid, Stephon Diggs is gone. Gabriel Davis is gone. There's a lot of vacant targets. Keon Coleman's there. Curtis Samuel's there. MVS is there. Dalton Kincaid is a guy that I really love this year because of those exact things. You're looking for guys that, again, are going to be top of the targets. Travis Kelce, he's number one or number two on his team at all times, right? He's number one, of course. Mark Andrews, probably the number one there. Sam LaPorta, number two behind Amon-Ra St. Brown. Trey McBride is interesting because now we have Marvin Harrison Jr., so he's now the two. But last year we saw him get a lot of targets. Marquise Brown and him. Evan Ingram, he's another guy that was getting number one or number two in targets. So, again, that's why these guys are the top guys. Plus, they're athletic guys that can do damage after they get the ball in their hands. And, again, they're attacking the ball down the field. If these guys are getting, 5-yard outs and catching the ball and falling down Jason Witten style, maybe they're good for PPR, but they're not going to be good for getting that 17, 18 yards to catch, the air yards that you're looking for. So my number one tight end for 2024 is Travis Kelce. Number two, Mark Andrews. Number three, Sam LaPorta. Number four, Trey McBride. Number five, Evan Ingram. Number six, Dalton Kincaid. Again, all these guys I think could be number one or number two on their team in targets. Then you go into the next group. I got George Kittle at 7, Kyle Pitts at 8. Kyle Pitts could be moved up. I could see Kyle Pitts being number 2 in his team in targets. And you talk about air yards, he was the number 1 player in air yards for 2024, which I think is a great thing when you look at Pat Freiermuth. You have Dallas Goedert. He's going to be 3 on the team in targets. Ferguson could be 2. You got David Njoku, who could be up there. So my number 1 is Kelce. Number 2 is Andrews. Number 3 is LaPorta. Number 4 is McBride. Number 6 is Ingram. Number 7 is going to be Kincaid. George Kittle's number 8. Kyle Pitts number 9. Dallas Goedert number 10. Jake Ferguson 11. And David Njoku 12. I got TJ Hawkinson at 13. I just don't know if he starts the season. If he starts the season and he's ready to go week 1, he's going to move up. But he could start the season on the pup. It was a multi-ligament injury. It was late in the season. It's just not good. So I got him there in the 3rd tier. We got Brock Bowers. We've seen rookie tight ends perform lately. Dalton Schultz, he's going to go down for me this year. He is now behind Nico, Diggs, and Dell. It's just too much. Same for Cole Kmet. Pat Freiermuth, I think Freiermuth is a guy that could have an interesting year. Arthur Smith really targeted the tight end last year in his offense. And Pat Freiermuth, you look at the Steelers, they have George Pickens, Roman Wilson, Van Jefferson. Pat Freiermuth could be the number 2 guy. And, unless Jaylen Warren is the number 2 guy in targets. So Pat Freiermuth could easily be someone that you get as a late round tight end option. And then you have Luke Musgrave. If Musgrave and Kraft combined, it would have been a great season last year. So let me know what you think about these tight ends. Let me know what you think about those KPIs. As always, good luck this season.